with a relatively small community. The key word in aerospace is patience. Now, along with that patience comes some great benefits. The ability to learn and grow, satisfaction in your career that perhaps is not available to everyone in some of the other communities. At Moog and in other aerospace companies, to move into leadership, there are going to be some specific things we look for. We realize that leadership development is critical to our success as a company and to our survival as in the future as a company. And so we're looking for emerging leaders who demonstrate 4 important characteristics. And the number 1 is technical competence in your domain. In aerospace, the expectation is that you will be very good at what you do in your technical domain, so that when you get to a position of leadership, you will be able to make wise decisions. Because ultimately, as a senior leader in aerospace, you'll be asked to make some very difficult decisions that require deep knowledge and solid engineering judgment. So technical competence is the first requirement. The engineers who bring that to the table are then asked to show initiative and to show ownership, meaning if there's a project that needs to be accomplished with a team, that the engineers on that team all believe it's their job together to get the job done. They own it. Another thing we look for is getting things done through others, and that's a combination of being good at planning and delegating, but also at being very good at working together with a team, working with others. And then very important for a global enterprise, as most of the aerospace corporations are these days, is being able to build relationships at all levels. In an aerospace organization, a young engineer will be asked to interact with his peers, with his supervisor, and perhaps with seniors several levels above, as well as others that are reporting to them. And they're expected to do that with respect and dignity at all levels, and with the courage to say the right thing, to say the truth in all circumstances. So the next page is, I apologize for the fine print, but it has some really good pieces that we'd like to have you thinking about as you prepare for approaching an aerospace company for a potential job. What would we like to see from young engineers? We would like to see an eagerness to learn. We'd like to see someone who really enjoys the prospect of learning and wants to grow. Because the initial few years of a career are very important learning times, and in fact set the pattern for learning through the entire career. We'll come back to it later, but learning never stops in aerospace. Self-motivation, that goes along with the initiative and ownership that I mentioned in the previous one. We'd like to be able to see that you really are taking action to make things happen. Leadership. If you've been able to demonstrate leadership in some other area, like organizing an event for a large group of people, that would be a great thing to bring as a demonstration of leadership potential. Inspiring others. Inspiring others to be better by example and by encouragement is a very important thing. Is a leadership by example, not by coercion. Literary skills. What we mean there is the ability to communicate verbally is important, but written word in either emails or reports is very important. And so if you can polish that skill as you're going through your engineering education, that will be a very important skill for you to bring. The last piece perhaps is the most important one, though. Ultimately, in aerospace, we love what we do, and that's what drives us to excel. And we really do look for young colleagues who bring that same passion.